Welcome into Intentional Lounging, brought to you by Better and Green. Happy early Thanksgiving, everybody. We're going to get this episode out a day early. That way you guys can spend tomorrow enjoying it with your families, placing your bets, eating some turkey, getting a little bit too thick for the sweatpants. Guys, 3 games for this Thursday night. Absolutely love it. And we have 2 of the teams that we always have. We've got the Detroit Lions. We've got the Dallas Cowboys. Let's talk about them. First one's going to be the Chicago Bears heading to Detroit to face the Lions. Lions are 10-point home favorites. Over-under set at 48.5. I was looking at the Lions schedule, guys, and I could be wrong, but I think they have like more wins by double digits than they don't. Like, that's crazy. Like, they're blowing teams out this year. Ethan, I'll start with you, man. Like, is Detroit just going to keep rolling here?
Yeah, I think I heard today they have 3 wins by 37 plus, I think, on the season. So, yeah, it's just insane. But no, I mean, at this point, Detroit's becoming what Kansas City has been for the last few years, where they're just too public for me to ever back. So I'm not going to bet the Bears. I'm not going to bet against Detroit like I did last week with the Colts. But I can't lay it with Detroit. I just don't think there's any value there. Yeah, I wish I could play Detroit comfortably in this game. Just on Thanksgiving, it's always fun. But Detroit does have a Thursday night matchup on deck against Green Bay, and I think that's the game they're a little bit more focused on here. That one could potentially end up being for the division, depending on what happens with Minnesota. And Chicago, I mean, they've just really struggled after the bye. They've lost 5 straight now. Have not won since mid-October, but they always play Detroit tough. At this point, I think they're pretty much know they probably aren't going to make the playoffs. So beating a really good Detroit team would be, a good accomplishment for their season here, especially on the road on Thanksgiving. Another reason why I just can't back the Bears, Lions lost outright to Green Bay last year on Thanksgiving, and that was kind of Green Bay's turning point in the year that propelled them to the playoffs. And I think that one was a little bit personal. I think this team just feels, Detroit has lost so many games on Thanksgiving. And I just imagine that locker room really wants to go out and win this one. So, yeah, I don't know. Bears always play them tough, but I can't step in front of Detroit. So I'm going to take the Bears for the graphic, but I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to end up betting this game. But it won't be on the side.
Yeah, I'm going to have to keep rolling with Detroit. I do have like the worst record on this show, so I'm just going to go straight gut play here. I believe I gave out Detroit last week as well, but I ultimately, like Ethan, bet on the Colts. I bet against Detroit against the Titans. Thankfully, I held off against the Jags, but I was debating the Jags. And all those games, Detroit has won by 18-plus points. But then, obviously, the Jags have won by 46. So I'm just blowouts. And Detroit just destroys these crappy teams. And yes, Chicago is not on the same level, I think, as the Titans or the Jags. It might be a slightly better, but they're still a pretty damn bad team. So Detroit beats up on these crap opponents. I know it is a divisional opponent, and I know like last year they lost to Chicago. Was at that game, was miserable, but Chicago was pretty damn bad. I think Detroit wins this one. And like what Ethan said, Detroit always loses on Thanksgiving. So a 10-1 team, I just can't see it. See them letting this one slide, and I know 10 points is a lot, but Detroit has done this comfortably to these crappy opponents. So give me Detroit on the spread. Don't love it, but it's just a gut play.
I'm going to be with you on those Detroit Lions, Wyatt. One of these things, too, it's the Lions losing on Thanksgiving is like so cultural that it made it into Family Guy. Like, everybody knows that they lose, and it's like, I feel like they're turning it around. This is a new Lions team. All that Lions talk of old is gone. Chicago also just went to overtime last week, so maybe they're going to be a little bit more banged up, a little bit more wear and tear. They're already the not as good team, so Detroit's at home also. I just really think that Detroit gets it done and keeps rolling. Ethan was saying he doesn't know if he's going to get involved in the side. How about Jahmyr Gibbs or David Montgomery? If he plays, anytime touchdown.
Easy. Until I bet it. Because I'm pretty sure Monty has one game without a touchdown this year, and it was the one game that I bet him on to score.
Of course. Of course, man. Love it. Let's talk about this next game. This is the DeVito versus Oh gosh, Cooper Rush game. This is the one that we've all been waiting for. The Giants heading to Dallas. Cowboys are 3.5-point home favorites. Over/under set at 37. Disgustingly low. Also, might be disgustingly too high for this game. Wyatt, what do you think?
Yeah, I kind of love this game quite a bit. I'm going to be on the Giants. That's no surprise for me. I'm always on the Giants pretty much. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. Dallas with a big divisional win last week against the Commanders. They ultimately won that game by 8, but it should have been a tie game going to OT if the Commies could have gotten an extra point to go through. So they're feeling pretty good. Nice win. They scored some points, 34 points, but there was, I believe, a punt return and a kick return touchdown in that game. So their offense is still not putting up points. And then the Giants got absolutely rolled by the Bucs. So it's the recency bias that I do like playing on, fading a team that won in a pretty crazy fashion and then taking a team that just got absolutely mauled, especially if a crappy quarterback, even crappier than Cooper Rush. And yeah, I mean, it's ugly, but again, ugly plays have to hit sometimes unless I take them. But yeah, this is also a gut play. I think Giants win this game outright. I think Giants might take it to Dallas a little bit, which is a crazy thing to say, but both these teams have nothing to play for. Giants have absolutely nothing to play for. If they can beat up on a divisional opponent, I think they're going to do that. So Giants on the plus 3.5, I believe it is going to be my bet for this game.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm on the Giants. I don't love this game either, though. I honestly don't love the Thanksgiving slate whatsoever, which is probably good because I got my ass kicked last year on Thanksgiving. But yeah, I lean the Giants. My best bet is if the Cowboys win this game, Brian Daboll doesn't have a job come Monday. Wish I could bet that. Probably can't. But yeah, I mean, Giants looked horrible last week. Yeah, I kind of think they were looking ahead a little bit. I mean, their season's done. They have really nothing to play for. Might as well just go beat their division rival on Thanksgiving Day. Meanwhile, Cowboys off the win against the Commanders. That was the game I think they were more prepped for. They're used to playing on Thanksgiving. It's one that they maybe don't put as much of a year-to-year emphasis on as the opponents do. And they do have a Monday night game against the Bengals on deck. Plenty of time to prep for it. Don't think they're looking ahead. They're in no position to look ahead. But, yeah, I just think the Giants are going to want this one a little bit more. It's kind of the Giants' Super Bowl at this point in the year. So, yeah, give me the Giants plus the points. I'll agree. Probably win this one outright.
We see a lot of crazy Super Bowls happening on holidays, don't we, Ethan? A lot of divisional ones. So I agree. I'm going to keep it pretty short because I'm on the same side as you guys. I actually think this Giants defense is better than the Cowboys, especially this year. So, yeah, I'm taking the Giants here. And you look at these offenses, they both have, don't have to worry about their running game. And then they have one good receiver. You got Neighbors and CD Lamb. So it's like these two teams are the same. I'm just going to take the team with the better defense. They've definitely been playing a lot better than the Cowboys defense has this year. Let's talk about the last game. Miami heading to Green Bay. Packers are 3.5-point home favorites. Over/under set at 47. A battle in the snow, guys. I still feel like I have to go with these pesky Dolphins, which I really don't like this pick. This is probably one of the hardest ones on the slate for me to pick personally. I think Green Bay's been rolling. Miami's starting to get it together. With these speedy receivers, I think if they can get Tyreek Hill more involved, I think that they can actually pull out the win here. And if I'm getting over a field goal, I'm going to take that. Wyatt, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't love this game exactly like you, and I think you just got to take into the one stat. And again, I don't know the exact number of it, but it's pretty good if you bet against Tua in the cold, and the stat is some sort of ridiculous number. Like I don't think he's won a game under 40 degrees or something like that. Again, you might have to fact check me there, but it's pretty simple. And I'm more, we were talking before the show here, I'm more looking forward to next Thursday. Again, potential look ahead spot for both Detroit and Green Bay, but they do play each other next Thursday. And I just think it would be the icing of the cake, the headline, the 9-3 Packers against 11-1 Lions next week. So that would mean Green Bay needs to win this. Green Bay needs to win this game, and I think they do. And again, I think the cold is going to play a factor. Should probably get that stat out for you guys, but Tua sucks in the cold, and I do think Miami is a little overrated. Green Bay, in my opinion, is the scariest. As a Lions fan, they are the scariest NFC team remaining. The Eagles are tough, but Green Bay scares the living crap out of me. So I think they take it to Miami. Pretty bad, actually. I think they win by 20 points. I think it's going to be a blowout. Low scoring blowout. 24 to 3.
Ooh. Dude, it snows in Alabama, man. It was used to. Snows in Bama. Yeah, I never like taking Tua in the cold. You're going to hear it 1,000 times before kickoff, but I'm going to do it, and it is probably my favorite play on Thanksgiving. Yeah, just check the weather. High of 32 in Lambeau on Thanksgiving, and this is a night game, so it's probably going to be like 24 by the time that little Alabama Hawaiian is going to be tossing that ball around. But, yeah, I mean, tough spot for the Packers here. Off the big win against the 49ers. Well, first you go back a week off the big win against Chicago with the blocked field goal. Carried that over to playoff revenge, just throttling of San Francisco and the Thursday night matchup on deck against Detroit. So an out-of-conference game here doesn't do them much good. It is Thanksgiving, yes, but, they have better things to look forward to. Miami has looked a ton better with Tua back in the lineup. I think they're very much alive to go make the playoffs, even though they're sitting at 5-6 right now. I think obviously a win here would be extremely helpful. They're on a 3-game winning streak. They have put up 23, 34, and 34 points in those 3 games. So their offense is starting to click finally. And yeah, I just think it's going to be, unlike Wyatt, I think it's a little bit higher scoring of a game. But I do think the Dolphins do enough to keep it within 3 and probably win the game outright. And then lastly, the last time these two teams played being out of conference was on another holiday on Christmas Day 2 years ago. Green Bay did get a 6-point win in that one. So I'm not going to say it's a revenge game by any means, but playing on 2 holidays, the last 2 times these opponents have matched up, it's probably something they're thinking about. So I will take the Dolphins in the quote unquote revenge game here. Yeah, I think they win it outright.
You know what happens more in the cold?
Shrinkage?
Concussions.
Oh, concussions.
Uh-oh. Yeah,
You're
the
thinking
brain
about the
shrinking
other head.
around. I have no idea if that's actually true, but
He
in my
brings his
head,
Guardian cap.
that's true. Well, he doesn't wear those. Refuses to.
Cleveland Guardians cap.
You know what? I'm betting we're gonna see.
Thanksgiving.
I'm betting we're gonna see Tua fingers this weekend.
Oh.
Tua fingers, Thanksgiving special.
What's the line on that?
Right now it's like plus 220. Pretty good value.
Probably gonna be grandma at the dinner table licking those turkey fingers.
God.
Oh man.
Well, guys, Ethan was just talking about the Alabama Hawaiian guy. We are like the experts of geolocation. We did cash our Indonesian Chargers fan. If you guys were watching the Monday night game, she did pop up. Not as great value. She was only plus 160, but we did get to see her. She got some screen time. Guys, it's the 3rd year. We hit the holiday season now. We always say from the Thanksgiving episode to the Christmas episode, we're gonna donate $1 to St. Jude for every subscriber that we get. This is the 3rd year doing it. We always do this for you guys. It's a good way to raise some money for a good program. Also, get some more interaction with you guys. Hopefully, you guys leave a comment. Leave us a comment. Say what your favorite Thanksgiving play is and what your favorite food is. How about that?
Yes.
Throw those both in the comments for us. And if you guys want to get in on some of these plays, check out our friends at the sports books that we have listed on the website, bettergreen.com. Check out our articles there. I have a couple articles coming out. And Ethan, did you have anything before we get out of here, my man?
Yeah, let's add in $1 for every comment on this video for the food and the play. We'll throw $1. So if you're already subbed, throw in the comment. We'll still add $1 to the pot.
Okay. I like that, man. I like that. Good idea. We'll be back on Friday with the full slate breakdown for those games. Thank you, guys. Hopefully you guys have a good Thanksgiving. Eat some turkey. We'll see you guys on Friday. Peace, guys.
Later, guys.
See you guys.
Flexing on the haters, can't touch my score. Money like Jerry Rice, touchdowns galore. Week after week, always asking for more. Bling on the wrist, got the books on the floor. Listen in, cash out, pay just swelling. Plays on the field, see me winning, never dwelling. Flagged on Vegas, they know what I'm selling. NFL bets keep the cheesy compelling. Flexing on the haters, can't touch my score. Money like Jerry